It's a tasty card. Yeah, Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier. Let's just get in the main event right away. That's probably why you guys are tuning in for this. Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier. Here's the thing. On paper, let's say I didn't have a relationship with Dustin Poirier. You guys know I'm biased as shit, so I'm not picking against Dustin Poirier. However, on paper, if you were to just go through what the guys do well between Charles Oliveira and Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliveira has way more ways to win this fight than Dustin Poirier. On the ground, on the feet, as far as technique goes, his stand-up, his Muay Thai, his clinch. He doesn't have as much power as Dustin Poirier, but as far as technique goes, he does everything better than Dustin Poirier. As far as the ground goes, I'd probably say he's a higher level black belt, probably more dangerous on the ground, especially in transitions, his darces, his setups to his guillotines, all that stuff. He's a monster. Most finishes in the UFC. There's a reason for that. And I get all that. Charles is an absolute monster. Now, would either of these two be fighting for a title if Khabib was still alive? Or, I'm sorry, fighting? He didn't die. Khabib didn't die. But if he is still active, no, Khabib would dominate both of them. However, I just think, and I can't get over this, and I know it's a knock on Charles Oliveira, and I think for a long time, guys have underestimated Charles Oliveira, and they're not doing that anymore because he's an absolute nightmare. But what I do think, and I can't seem to get over, is, you know, I've been watching Charles Oliveira for a long, long time, and he's an absolute phenom, and his story is fantastic. But in those earlier fights, there was some quit in him, and Chin will ride on that all day.
Yeah, I remember that.
There's some quit in him that never leaves you. There's no mental coach you can get with. You can't win 20 fights in a row and that leaves you. If that is in you, that stuff never leaves you. It's almost a bitchness, never leaves. There's no coach you can get with. There's no technique. There's no supplement. There's nothing can take that's ever going to leave your body. Now, for him to get to that point, I think is a tougher road. For him to get to that quitting point is a tougher road, and his confidence is all-time high. But if I know that's in there, if I know that part of you is in there somewhere, and you're finding a guy in Dustin Poirier who gets better over each round, and his confidence gets better, and he has a granite chin, and he has that knockout power, and you look at the way he beat Justin Gaethje, and he beat Eddie Alvarez, and what he did to Conor McGregor, I just think for 25 minutes, you have to kill Dustin Poirier or choke him out unconscious like Khabib did. And I just don't see Charles Oliveira standing for 25 minutes and not getting knocked out unconscious. I think my boy, the Diamond Dustin Poirier, gets it done. Past the third. If I was a betting man, which I am, I would bet on the over-under of the rounds, what it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a quick one. Now, if it's a quick one, it's Charles Oliveira somehow got a hold of his neck or some shit like that. That's the only way I see this thing finishing before the third round. Charles Oliveira gets hold of his neck, wobbles him. Dustin Poirier goes to the ground and he gets him in a guillotine or gets his back. That could be a problem. But outside that, I know he has more ways to win. And as a betting man, they say not to bet with your heart, but I refuse to bet against Dustin Poirier. And it's just he deserves it. When you think about it, he gave up the belt to chase the money in Conor McGregor, which every fighter should do. And now it's his time to validate his logic in fighting Conor McGregor twice and not fighting for the title. And we're going to get the true champion Saturday night. And I think that's Dustin Poirier. And then how about this? Then you get Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. Sign me up, dude. Now, how long are we going to pretend that Islam Makhachev isn't going to be champ? Because this is all fun and games. And then if Islam were to just steamroll through Dariush, dude, if he passes that Dariush